Hey, what's up guys? So I just got back from class and I decided that I would shoot something that actually I've gotten a couple requests for, and that's to do a video just kind of explaining my experience studying abroad in just general kind of bits of information that might help you study abroad as well if you want to. To be fair, the whole reason why I started this YouTube channel was because it was something that kind of encouraged me to start filming and really putting stuff out there, because I felt like this experience was something that I wanted to share with people and hopefully encourage other people to do the same thing, because it's been something that has been so rewarding for me, and I've learned so much, and I think it's good to kind of try and share that with you, so that if you're kind of deciding whether or not you really want to go. So let's just get started straight into it. I've made a little list of everything. I thought that I would prepare myself because there are a lot of things that I do want to say and I don't want to miss anything out, because if I really can just encourage you guys to do this, then I hope that I've done it correctly. One of the first reasons why I really recommend studying abroad to people, I think, would be the cultural experience. I think I made the decision out of a whole bunch of universities that I could have picked from. New York has been somewhere that I've wanted to visit for, I want to say, like 7 years now. It's been a long time in the making, and I finally got the opportunity to apply to come to New York. I didn't even know that it was a possibility, and then I saw that on the list of places, and I went straight for it without even doing research of the university that I was coming to. I didn't do any research into any other city, any other country, or any other school, to be honest. I saw New York and I went for it. So I guess one thing that I would definitely say in terms of a cultural experience is, for me, it shocked me when I came here and just seeing how different it was from England. It shocked me, like, as well, going to my school, to my college, just the different way in which they teach my degree there. So I learned history in London, and I'm doing all history classes here because I don't have to do general ed, and it just shocked me really they teach it so differently, and it was crazy. At first it took a little bit of time to settle into, but after that pretty much I've been enjoying it a lot. It's been difficult at times, you know, I've had my own setbacks, I'll call it setbacks, but it's been incredible otherwise. And yes, definitely the cultural experience is one reason why I would definitely encourage you guys to go. The second reason number two, maybe I even should have put this reason as number one, is it gets you out of your comfort zone. I think for me personally that was the main reason, and probably I want to say the only reason, other than the fact that I wanted to see New York, why I chose to study abroad. Because I live in London and then I study in London, I wasn't living too far from home. So this year I kind of felt that if I do an exchange year abroad, that I'd be in a different continent, and it would force me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and teach myself some new things. It would teach me a lot about independence and just kind of maybe not relying so much on my family. Although I still rely on them a lot, I rely on them less now. So for example, maybe one day I would have a bad day at school, or I would fight with a friend, or, you know, sometimes you're just having a bad day, and I easily had the option to get on a train and a bus and just go home. I would be home within an hour or maximum an hour and a half, and that maybe for me was something that I needed to learn to kind of not rely on so much. So definitely getting out of my comfort zone was something that was really, really important for me. Number three. Well, this probably doesn't speak for everyone. So one thing that I would say is, you pretty much, when you study abroad, almost, it's like you're traveling for free. You're getting an experience almost for free. But in England, we have this thing with student finance where usually they'll pay for your university fees at the very minimum. I think for most people, yes, they'll pay for your university fees, and then things like maintenance loans and grants will come depending on your parents' income. You have to fund yourself in terms of maybe living and everything like that, but imagine you get to experience a college in America, which generally I think would cost about $50,000 to $60,000 a year. We get it pretty much for free, almost, as exchange students in England. I don't know if it works the same way in other different various countries. I'm not sure about how that works, but I would assume that if you have like a student finance of some sort, they will be able to fund at least some part of your trip. I know as well for my student finance, they are willing to sometimes pay you back as well for your flights. The fourth thing that I would have to say, at least in my personal experience, and maybe for other people coming from Europe to the United States, dorming. This has been my first experience of dorming ever. So I'm in my third year of university right now, and in my previous 2 years I had my own room, had an ensuite room, so that meant basically I got my own bathroom. The only thing I had to share was a kitchen with 4 other people, and Yeah, one of the scariest things for me was the idea of moving in with someone in the same room and never having my personal space was something that I really was worried about. What if I don't get along with them? What if we have different sleeping patterns? What if she's messy, because I'm a very tidy person? What if she's messy? I don't know, all these different things are in my mind, but I think dorming for me has been a really cool experience. I've made some amazing friends through dorming because our rooms are pretty much always open for each other. I get to kind of, whenever I come home, just knock on a friend's door, they open, and already I have just that communication with someone, and I never really get the opportunity to feel physically lonely, I guess. Sometimes I do feel lonely, I miss certain people, but otherwise I'm always constantly immersed with friends because we're always just kind of gathering around in the kitchen, in our rooms, playing music, talking about life, talking about boys, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, dorming was definitely a really daunting thing for me, but otherwise it has also been a really rewarding experience. I've made a great friend with Paula, and then through Paula I've met other people as well, and yeah, I mean, hopefully you've seen through other vlogs as well, like we're always together, and that's the coolest thing. Like, we do get along, we have our bickering arguments every now and then, but that's nothing compared to the friendship that we have. So I think through dorming you make friends for life, because the amount of time you spend with a person here through dorming for just a week is probably the amount of time you spend with a person in 2 months, I think. That kind of ties into my 5th point, and that's that you get to make amazing new friends. You get to make some of the best friends that you'll ever have, not only through people that you meet here, but as you study abroad, but also the people that you'll go to travel with. So Neha, a girl you've seen probably in previous vlogs, Neha and I travel everywhere together. We traveled from London to New York when we were coming here for the first time. We traveled during Christmas back home, and then we traveled back again in January after the Christmas break. And it's just nice because you have someone that's going through the same thing as you, someone who can constantly encourage you, someone who knows what you're going through as well. I mean, Neha didn't struggle as much as me in terms of maybe homesickness. She's done this kind of thing before where she's traveled a lot, whereas I haven't. So she was always kind of, she still is, she always has been someone that I really lean on whenever I need support. And she's always just a knock away, and I think I feel like I've bothered her so many times with like requests of just how upset I am and how much I miss my mom or someone, or something's going on. She's always there for me, so that's definitely been an incredible thing, something that I think that's a friendship that I could never really let go of. I could never lose that sense of closeness with Neha. We've bonded in a way that's so unique, that's so personal, that I don't think anything could ever cripple that. If you feel like maybe sometimes you're the kind of person who kind of stays quite closed in and you don't talk to people a lot, and you're not you're not an extrovert, and you kind of want to learn to make those kinds of social skills, I would definitely encourage you to study abroad. I'm in an environment where I really don't know anything, and I'm forced to ask questions to people in class, people on the train. When I'm doing my tourist things, I'm just forced to make new friends, and so that doesn't just mean in college or in my dorm, that just means everywhere in this city I've made new friends. Yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is you're constantly meeting new friends, and one thing that you'll realize, and one thing that I'm realizing right now as well as I think about it, is I now have made friends from people all over this world. Even just in London, I've made friends from all different various continents and countries, and I've learned so much from them just about their cultural experiences and their cultural backgrounds. I'm so grateful that I've had this opportunity to just kind of broaden my horizon. I think sometimes the best form of education is not sitting at a desk and listening to a teacher or a professor telling you something. It's actually going out there and experiencing new worlds, new cultures, new experiences. I think that's the best way that people learn, and it's not because you're learning facts about that country, it's just because you're learning to broaden your horizon, to look at things from a different perspective. So I hope I've answered any questions that you may have. If you do have any other questions or anything that I haven't brought up in this video and you really want to know, please feel free to message me below in the video, or even just an email or something like that. I'll be more than happy to respond to anything that you have that you're just kind of still wondering about. I hope that I've given you the best advice that I can possibly give, and any suggestions that might help you just to make this step. But hopefully I'll see you guys again in a few days for a vlog. I have already filmed and edited a vlog. I just wanted to put this up before I went back to the regularly scheduled program. So I hope that this has helped someone, and please let me know if you're deciding to go. I would love to know who of you guys are considering going abroad. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed, guys. See you later.
Take